Good morning. It is September 16th. We got a lot of big changes in the garden. I don't know if you noticed the biggest one. My heirloom tomato that I started from seed last winter in my basement under my grow light. It toppled. We had just a little bit of rain and a little bit of wind, but I had to tear it down, cut it up, and that's what's left. These are the tomatoes that were growing on it. Obviously, these ones aren't gonna do anything, but some of them I didn't even know were in there. I had to cut back a lot of my Jack B. Littles. I harvested 19 off of it. I have 4. No, wait. Is there 19? 16 maybe? And I have 4 more going. And most of the plant is like covered in powdery mildew. Like I don't think that there's a leaf that is not affected, whereas this plant has hardly any. There's just some in the older growth back there that actually doesn't get as much sun as the rest of the plant, so that is to be expected. So I actually find that this giant pumpkin plant has more resistance to powdery mildew than this Jack B. Little plant. They're both heirloom, so that's a little interesting. I did cut down all the sunflower alley sunflowers. I'll go up there in a minute. These are all the heads that I harvested. I'm probably going to I don't know, harvest and grow some more. Remember that deformed head? This is it. This is what it turned into. And when I'm done with this video, we're going to cut it open because I'm kind of excited to see what the insides look like. So stay tuned. We got about, this thing is like half full of apples that dropped from this apple tree. And you could see how many dropped now. And we have like a little pond here. So we've been, is that a bird? I don't know. We've been catching apples before they get into the pond because it's like really nasty to try to dig those out. Snap peas are coming along fine. My garden box isn't getting as much sun as it normally would, and there's things eating the new leaves. They don't seem to eat the true leaves, just the new leaves. But luckily, like, it seems like they're really resilient to that, so they just pop out more leaves anyway. I went through and trimmed a bunch of dead leaves out of my strawberries, and I harvested a good handful of strawberries too, and they're like, I swear to dog, they get more and more delicious as the season goes on. It's really interesting. I don't know if it's like maybe the cooler temperatures at night are like condensing. I mean, like last night it was 45 degrees, so maybe it's condensing the sugars. But they're still going strong, and we're in mid-September, and I still got strawberries going. Like, I mean, it's crazy, right? This is the stump of my tomato. The dill. It's actually starting to seed. I'm going to let it seed because we're at the end of the season, and I want to get some of those seeds. I'm going to make some salmon tonight as well with some of that dill, so I can use some of it fresh before it seeds. Yeah, excuse me. Here is the pumpkin. Pumpkin number B. It doesn't have a name. I love the shape, even though it has the deformities here. It's interesting that it's still going. I haven't even tried to measure it or anything. I guess I would say it's maybe 60 pounds. or maybe a little more. I'm trying to go off of what my Captain Jack was last year. It was pretty large, and I think it was only like 45 pounds. Let's go up here and see the remaining pieces of my sunflower garden. I think I'm going to save the stalks to make a trellis next season. I heard you could do that. And my Blue Hubbard is doing great. I did actually just snip the main vine because it was aborting all the fruit except for the first one that's growing on it right there. See how big it's getting? So I said, okay, well, we only got a couple weeks left at most, so I just snipped the main vine off, and this thing is really taken off. The skin is like I said, these things are tanks. I'm gonna grow them again. I might grow them in the main garden next year, actually. See, that's where another one aborted. I'm pretty sure there's a shriveled up one on the end of here somewhere. Oh yeah. So you can see it's just not enough energy, and it gets all day sun up here. But for some reason it's really putting its energy to that one fruit. So there's the garden from up top. It's getting to the end, guys. Let me go show you Bruce, and then we'll cut open that sunflower head. Alright, so here we are at Bruce. One thing I wanted to mention though is that my cucumber plant back there, it's still going actually pretty good. I got a couple cucumbers still growing on it, and the day before yesterday I harvested a 16-inch huge cucumber, and it was so sweet and so good, and my family ate it within 2 hours. All of us had it, so yeah. But here's the Bruce, and he's probably not growing very much, if at all, at this point. I haven't measured him in a couple days, but I'm keeping him on the vine just to ripen, or sort of, harden. I want to be able to put it on my porch and for him to last, through Halloween. So I'm keeping this off during the day, but I do put it on at night because, like I said, we're dipping down into the 40s at night, and just something to keep him a little warm. But yeah, both of the pumpkins, actually, I am keeping the white cloths off during the day and just letting the sun, I'm letting the sun do what it needs to do, because you can see how much sun we're not getting in this tiny plot. Let's cut open the sunflower head and then we'll be done. Alright, so here we are. I don't know if this video's been upside down this whole time. Here we are. I got some scissors. I don't know if this is going to do the trick. Oh yeah, it will. I'm just going to first start by trying to cut it in half. Might be easier if I do this two-handed. Let me put my phone down here for a sec. Alright, so this is what was inside. There's the stem, and I cut this in half, and then I cut that in a quarter. Little cavity in there. This is a quarter of the deformed head. That's the other half. So now we know these seeds are going straight to the trash, because this is the ugliest sunflower I ever seen. Yuck. But I'm glad I got to cut it open. The kid in me is thrilled. All right, well, I guess that's it. I'm gonna go inside and have my morning coffee and chit chat with some gardeners. And I'll see you on the flip.